In this review, we're going to head out west to Flint, Town to talk about Cedar Point's 2007 launch coaster, Maverick. Maverick is at the back of Cedar Point, which is located in Sandusky, Ohio, right on Lake Erie. It opened May 26, 2007. It is a Blitz model made by roller coaster manufacturer Intamin and was designed by the legendary Warner Stengel. Maverick reaches a height of 105 feet, has a drop of 100 feet that is angled at 95 degrees. It reaches speeds up to 70 miles an hour over its 2-minute and 30-second ride time. Maverick has 6 3-car trains. Each car has 2 rows, and each row fits 2 people, making at maximum per train 12 passengers, which leads to a theoretical hourly capacity of 1,200. Cedar Point is very good about limiting the number of empty seats, so most trains will have all 12 passengers. Then you enter the queue. This queue really isn't anything special. Some switchbacks, a bridge over water, and then more switchbacks, this time undercover, a staircase, then you get to the station. The line for this ride is usually 30 to 90 minutes long. On slow days, it can definitely be under 30, and on busy days, it can get almost to 120. And it's worth noting that the fast lane for this ride can be 30 to an hour easily on busy days, and even 25 to 30 on slower days. It's not one of the faster fast lanes in the park, but the merge point is directly at the station, unlike other rides at Cedar Point. I still, with fast lane, would recommend prioritizing Maverick if it's a ride you want to do in your day. Then you will go to the station and be assigned a train in a row. There are 2 different trains you can be sent to, one in the front, one in the back. There is no difference other than after being dispatched. The one in the front immediately rolls through the layout, while the one in the back sits and waits for the one in the front to get halfway through. Rows, there's not a bad row on this ride, but I'd recommend the front, but especially the back. The back is my favorite on the ride. There's always a sort there, but to my experience, they're usually very accommodating to row requests, which I've noticed at almost every ride at Cedar Point except for Siren's Curse. As I mentioned earlier, Maverick is great about filling every seat. So if you're a single rider, you probably will be put with another single rider. If that's a problem for you, I probably won't ride the ride. Or maybe go to the park if you want to ride major attractions there, because at almost every major attraction, they try to fill every seat. You'll hear the Western music playing, and then you'll walk into your row. They do have bins on the other side of the platform for loose articles that cannot be secured with a zipper pocket. There are no inline lockers, but you can pay for out-of-line lockers if you want your valuables to not be stored in the bins, if you cannot secure them. These bins, well, I've never heard of stolen goods. I have heard of valuables getting soaked by drink cups without lids tightly secured. You are supposed to use the lockers or the bins if you have any loose articles that are not secured, for the safety of other guests, and to abide by park policy. This is also a reminder never to get your phone out on a roller coaster. Per park policy, and for the safety of other guests, as once they get up to speeds of 70 miles an hour, they become a dangerous projectile that can cause serious injury. Then you pull down the restraints. These restraints have a soft strap over the shoulder restraint and a rigid lap bar. The over the shoulder restraint isn't that bad, but the lap bar can definitely staple and will come down during the ride. Then you get the all clear and roll into the 105-foot LSM lift. This is not a traditional lift hill, but I wouldn't call it a launch. It's more you get propelled up the hill and then go down the 100-foot drop. This drop has a 95-degree angle, and you feel it. This is my favorite first drop in the park, and delivers some great airtime and whip. Then you go into some sharp turns. These turns come fast, and they're rapid fire. They're really fun and very whippy, especially in the back. The front, however, during this moment, gives a great sense of speed, which really does for the entire ride. You're going through some rock work as you take these turns, and then you go up into one of the ride's only true airtime moments, an airtime hill. This is a great airtime hill, especially in the back again. This is one of the moments, including the first drop, that I think makes the back better. Then you'll take a turn into the ride's only 2 inversions. This is called a horseshoe roll, where you have 2 corkscrews of opposite directions, only broken up by a 180-degree turn. These inversions are whippy, and I personally prefer them in the front. You go over the water while taking these. Then you'll take a turn into the ride's 400-foot tunnel. This tunnel is under the station. You'll begin to slow down and see railroad crossing signs equipped with flashing lights and bells, and then you'll hit the 70-mile-an-hour LSM launch. This is not a complete stop most of the time, as it is taken as a rolling launch, but you do slow down drastically from entering the tunnel to the launch. The ride uses LSM launches, or linear synchronous motors. They're a form of electromagnetic propulsion. This launch is fun. It's not my favorite launch on any ride, but that very much may be due to how much I ride this ride. The launch is very cool at night because it's almost pitch black. Then you take a turn and go into some brakes. These are trim brakes. They noticeably slow you down, but they don't kill the ride's pacing too much. Then you take a turn into an S-bend. The S-bend actually replaced another element, a Heartline rule, that went directly over the water. The Heartline rule was taken out before the ride ever opened due to its problematic nature. The S-bend, in my opinion, is the weakest part of the ride. Then you go past the ride photo camera and go into 2 stangle dives. A stangle dive is a camelback hill and an overbank turn put into one. They're named after the designer, Warner Stengel, who again designed this ride. These are awesome elements and give great whip. I prefer them in the back, but they're also great in the front, like most of the ride. But again, there's no bad seat on this ride. Then you go into an airtime hill and hit the brakes. One thing you notice on this brake run, which you do tend to sit on for a little bit, is how the restraint tends to sit on your lap. It isn't painful, but you definitely notice it. And this is the one time for me that I'd have any problem actually with the restraint, as it doesn't seem to bug me that much throughout the ride. Then you head back and exit through the gift shop. While it is tiny in stature, this ride definitely delivers a punch, and is one of my favorite roller coasters of all time. It's truly an intense, whippy, and great ride, and one of my favorites, and I recommend you should get out to Cedar Point to ride it, along with all the other amazing coasters. Until next time, Station Whip Productions.